This is a Storm Team 12 weather alert.
And of course our entire news team. We've been tracking a large tornado that's been moving through southwestern Kansas. We now have a significant fire. It's a field fire, and that I believe is in, just into Edwards County. There you go, it even says Edwards County above the video. Whether this is directly associated with the tornado, we don't know at this point, but it certainly would be possible. If maybe it took out a power line that was active and started the fire. Lightning might have started the fire. But obviously this, we know, is when the storm has passed through, we believe, just to the north of the town of Ford, and then on into areas of far eastern Ford County and now into the western portion of Edwards County. Now on the left side, you see the radar. Again, we put that up for a new tornado warning in effect until 10:45 for Russell County. We don't have anything confirmed on this storm right now. It's simply based on radar indication of some rotation with the storm. That rotation would be to the west of Russell right now, or maybe even a little southwest of Russell and moving to the northeast. So please, folks in and around Russell County, do take your tornado precautions at this time. If you've got a basement or a storm shelter below ground, you want to get there. If not, you want to stay as low to the ground, as close to the ground as possible, in as small a room as possible. And of course, stay away from windows, stay away from doors that have glass in them. Flying debris is what injures and kills more people than anything else. We'll widen out the view. The other storm that we've been tracking and still have indications and reports from our storm chasers that there's still a wedge tornado on the ground to the southwest there of Kinsley. You can see the hook associated with that tornadic storm. And there's a new scan from the radar. It continues to move to the northeast. We're going to keep our fingers crossed that with the current movement, it stays just away from Kinsley to the south and eventually to the east. But folks in that area for Edwards County should also be taking those tornado precautions at the present time. We do have a couple of new reports of some damage in Ford County, 4 miles south of Windhorst. House damaged at 131 and Nickel Road. That was estimated by radar to have occurred around 9:42 this evening. And at about, well, this one we already told you about, the damage to a shed at 120th and Valley Road, 6 miles west-southwest of Ford. That was at about 9:15.
Okay, we're hearing that the grass fire was caused by down power lines.
Power lines. It was either power lines or lightning.
And I just want to note that Ford County no longer underneath that tornado warning. That is now making its way to the east. So Ford County looks to be in the clear from this as it makes its way into Edwards County now. You can see just a few miles just to the southwest of Kinsley. In fact, it's about 5 to 10 miles southwest of the city of Kinsley now. This is to the south of Highway 50, and it's moving to the northeast. It looks like it will kind of move right along that path of Highway 50 as it moves through that area. So folks in that area, again, please get into your safe place with this storm that does have a history of producing tornadoes. We're watching this live feed now from our storm chasers to see if that tornado is still on the ground. It's very hard to see tonight because it's dark, but we're watching for the lightning to kind of illuminate this a bit, but still very hard to see. So we just want everyone to be very careful. Because it's very hard to see tonight, not only because it's dark, but because of all the rain, some dust probably causing some low visibility as well.
Yeah, and once again, I want to emphasize the fact that folks in Kinsley, it's going to be a very close call for you if we continue to have these tornadoes on the ground. And if you haven't already, you definitely need to take that tornado precaution now. Get to the basement or the lowest level of the building that you're in. Put as many walls between you and the storm as possible. Right now, my estimation, knowing what the track of the storm has been, in fact, let me widen this out a little bit. And you'll be able to see how this storm, I'm going to let it roll through one time here. And you can't miss where that hook echo is. We'll let it go again. And it's been on a pretty steady northeasterly track. If that continues to be the case, then that is going to come very, very close to Kinsley. The area of rotation is right in here in the hook. and it's moving to the northeast. Talk about too close for comfort. That is the definition right there. It shows up in Funkin' Wagnall's a picture of that for the definition of too close for comfort. So please, if you're in and around, and especially from Kinsley southward, you definitely need to be taking those tornado precautions at the present time as this storm continues to move on to the northeast.
And we're seeing in this video now in Edwards County some down power lines, probably due to this storm as it made its way through that area. Down power lines in Edwards County. Also seeing report of a shed damage at 118th and Whirlwind Road. That's about 6 miles north of Bloom in Ford County. That report coming in at 9:11. So that report about 45 minutes old, but just to kind of show you the history of this storm as it made its way through Ford County. It did